Oceanside, causing a bit of controversy with his little video camera in his efforts to expose gang members, because, of course, that's racist, too. It's all racist. 728, Bill Handel, KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. It's 738 now, KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Bill Handel on a Monday morning. Now, every once in a while we run across a story we have to share with you, and this one is out of Oceanside. Ron Hinton has a rather interesting idea. What he does is he aims a video camera at his Oceanside neighbors. And, well, let me give you an audio clip of one of his videos. The videos, incidentally, we have on this particular video, we have on our website, KFIAM640.com, my homepage. It's kind of fun to see. But here is an idea of what he does.
May 3rd, Thursday, 2007, heading to the beach. Gonna make a video. Looking for gangbangers. I've got my classical anti-gang music on. And I'm hoping to find some gangbangers at the beach. Any gangbangers? Any gangbangers here? Raise your hand.
Right there, right with the shirt off.
If you're a gangbanger, tell me who you are.
Hell no.
You're a gangbanger?
All of them. Yeah.
No, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Are you a gangbanger? Are you a gangbanger?
As seen on.
Are you a gangbanger?
I got family gangbangers. Why, you a gangbanger?
Actually, no. I'm a videographer. I'm looking for gangbangers.
I'll show you on. Oh, you need to go outside.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm in the adult world. If you're a gangbanger and you're real proud of it, and you're a tough guy and you want to show off and impress everybody, raise your hand, stand up, and stand right here in front of me, and let me interview you.
Ron Hinton, how are you still alive is my question.
Well, Bill, hi from Oceanside Gangbusters. The reason I'm still alive is nobody has killed me yet.
Yeah, no, I get that, but the question is, how come nobody has killed you yet?
Well, the Lord has decided that it's not my time just yet. I have to do your show first.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, so let's talk about how this all started, because this really wasn't even your idea, was it?
No, not at all.
So tell me how this came about, that you becoming, gangbang videographer to the stars here.
Okay, Bill, I'll tell you real quick here. I moved to Oceanside 7 years ago. I'm a former Marine. I'm also a disabled veteran. I was a veterans advocate for 25 years or so, and I decided to move to Oceanside because of the climate. And so anyway, the year 2000, moving in here, I immediately began to be harassed and barraged with rocks. My car was vandalized. My garage door was struck with rocks on a daily basis, and I couldn't understand, was it raining rocks? So I began to talk to my neighbors, and they said, oh, that's the neighborhood kids. They do that to all the Caucasian people that move in the neighborhood. I go, what are you talking about? And they begin to tell me that people that move in that aren't the right color or wearing the right colors or acting the right way, they get targeted. And I went to the police and told them what I'm telling you. I said, we're being harassed and stalked and targeted and vandalized and trespassed, and a lot of people won't call the police anymore because they have to work all day. They come home, all the landscape is torn up, the fences are broke, their screens are off their windows. The kids will go on their property, walk around your house, pull the screens off, try to open the windows, get in your garage, chase your pets.
All right, so what happened?
Well,
what did the cops tell you?
The police finally would tell me after arriving and having 12 people across the street calling me a racist and having me on the other side of the street saying that I'm a victim of vandalism, the police officer would spend roughly 20 minutes telling me how I need to be more reasonable, how I need to stay inside or I might get hurt, and then they would leave.
So how did the taping start then?
Well, then, because various officers over the course of a couple of years, I mean, imagine us holding this conversation for a couple of years, they begin to tell me, Ron, put a video camera in your garage so we have some evidence, because cameras don't lie.
And I get that. So why would you not just try to videotape these guys committing these acts of vandalism around your house, as opposed to you going out and saying, come on, gangbangers, let's talk about your gangbang activity. What the hell good is that going to do?
Well, what it's going to do is it's going to extend the influence and also extend awareness into the community that we're not putting up with it anymore. The old days are gone.
All right, by the way, did you install videos around your house to catch the vandals?
Yes, I have video cameras, I have light sensors, I have motion sensors.
And have you caught anybody? Has anybody vandalized your house after those were installed?
Not after they were installed, but before they were installed.
No, I get it. So you're telling me that the video gear has, in fact, stopped the vandalism?
Well, putting a sign on my garage door that says "Smile for the camera" with a little happy face seems to have helped.
Got it. So, all right, so that part is done. But then you took it a step further. You're not just there protecting your own property. You went out and started videoing gangbangers in the neighborhood, asking them to admit they're gangbangers. And you're doing this because of, I guess, public humiliation. You think that they're going to stop or somehow be influenced, or people are going to know who they are. Why are you actually doing this?
Well, because I was taken to court for videotaping about a year ago, and I beat it in court. The judge said in public places you have a right to take pictures. He told the plaintiffs to get used to it.
Who took
the parents of the kids who were vandalizing the properties.
Ron, who took you to court?
The parents of the kids who were vandalizing the properties.
Wait a sec. Yeah, these are gangbangers, right?
Well, they're kids. They're not really gangbangers.
Yeah, but how did the parents get the money? They hired a lawyer, the ACLU
they
come in?
represented themselves and fell on their face.
And they walked in arguing what?
That they were the victims.
They were the victims of a videotaping.
Yeah, of a public videotaping. They were being victimized by my video camera.
And no one explained to them before walking in the door that that's perfectly legal to videotape anybody you want on a public street.
No, they were claiming privacy rights on public sidewalks, on public streets, and there is no right to privacy.
Right, of course. So what did the judge say to them? Basically that you're crazy?
The exact words, Bill, were this. He says, Mr. Hinton has every right to videotape in public places. There is no expectation of privacy. Get used to it.
And how did they react?
They basically threw a fit and carried on like Tourette's patients until the judge told him to shut up, and then he ended the case. And ever since then, I said to myself, okay, the crusade has begun. I can't be fired because if you call my boss and I answer the phone, calling me names won't stop me because I'm not in the third grade. Here I go.
So let's talk about what has happened to you since. The right to privacy organizations out there, have you been hit up by any legitimate organizations that are arguing that somehow you're invading people's privacy, or those people have all left you alone?
Well, so far what has happened is in the North County Times and the San Diego Tribune, there's been some stories about some legal arguments that I'm harassing people with my camera in public. These arguments have already been dealt with in the court. It's not harassment to videotape at a tourist beach where every fourth person has a camera. All they're trying to do is they're trying to shut me down because they know what I'm doing.
Have you gotten any threats from any of these people?
Yes,
the gangbangers?
I've received numerous death threats. The police department has considered 3 death threats credible and has opened criminal investigations to serve warrants on YouTube.
Oh, and do you any idea who these folks were?
Well, no, I have a website under Oceanside Gangbusters on YouTube, and it's well advertised, and people have been going to my website under Oceanside Gangbusters and threatening me, saying they're going to shoot me, what a 44 Magnum feels like.
Let me ask you a question, Ron. Do you think you're in legitimate danger?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so, and you're still prepared to do this because at some point, I may open the story and say, hey, remember that guy Ron Hinton that we had? Guess what? He was shot. I mean, are you basically prepared for that?
Well, let me tell you, Bill, Officer Dan Besant, last December 23rd, I was working with him. He was a community policing officer, and he was asking me where all these people live. So I gave him a list of addresses, and 12 days later, he was shot dead a quarter mile from my house. I heard the shot.
I mean, the officer?
They killed Dan Besant, an outstanding young man, a young police officer doing his job, and I decided to step up in my civilian capacity within my rights as a member of Neighborhood Watch in the city of Oceanside and to put myself out there.
And they ever catch the guys who shot him?
Yes, they did. It was a gangbanger, just like the previous officer, Officer Zepatella, 3 years earlier, killed doing his job. And since they're killing our cops, tried to send a message, well, they've got to kill me now and continue sending the message because we've sped up and we're not taking it anymore.
Ron, I got to tell you, you got some cojones. That I'll grant you, Good for you for doing this. If people want to go to your website, how do they do that?
You go to YouTube.com, you type in 2 keywords, Oceanside Gangbusters, and I've got about 225 videos. About 75 of them are observation and surveillance and touring videos of gangbanger sites.
You got it. Ron Hinton, I'm sure we'll talk again, or we'll talk of you.
Thank you, Bill.
One of the two. Take care. Thanks for being part of the show. I tell you, the guy's got he's got brass ones. I tell you that. No one's going to argue with that. I mean, I don't know if I would do that.
You're also not an ex-Marine.
I'm also not an ex-Marine. I mean, Paul, would you ever get involved with those videos? Well, of course, people would be videoing you.
Yeah.
Because you look like a gangbanger, of course.
Yeah.
All right, coming up.